Denton Community Television, operated by the Mayborn School of Journalism, the University of North Texas.
Follow your dreams.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Miller and welcome to The Other Side. I've created this show to bring local musicians to you and interview them and let them share their stories about their life history and why they're interested in music, and to play some songs for you here, and I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm very honored to have Gregory Lange. Thank you, Gregory, for coming.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
And so you've been involved with music pretty much a long time during your life.
Oh yeah, a long time, yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, you when did you get started, or how?
I was interested in music very young. I got my first instrument when I was 11 years old.
Oh really?
That's when I got my first guitar.
Guitar, yeah.
And started learning from books to begin with, and took lessons from a guy for a while, for about a year and a half, and then just self-taught myself beyond that.
Yeah. When did you begin to get interested in reggae?
Oh, about the time it came to the United States, like in the early, mid-'70s, you know.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a new and unusual thing. And actually, I read an article in Time magazine about how the music scene in Jamaica had a heavy influence on political elections.
Oh, really?
And like, you know, the candidates would always like try to get a hit song, and that could make the difference between winning and losing. I thought that was interesting, that music could have that kind of social power.
The candidates would have a hit song?
Yeah, they would get an artist to record a campaign song for them.
Yeah.
For the campaign, and if it was a really good song, that could allow them to win.
Oh, is that right?
And so I kind of started delving into the music of Jamaica, and that's where, you know, reggae was the thing that was just coming up at the time in the early 70s.
Like Eric Clapton got tied in with that influence with that.
Yeah. When the Wailers started to get big in Europe, and guys like Clapton started hanging out with them and covering their songs, and Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I Shot the Sheriff.
Yeah. And so it was about that time, I think it was maybe 74, I think I bought my first Bob Marley album, and that was
really?
like a big game changer for me.
Yeah, what year did he die?
81.
81, yeah. And then his son kind of was carrying the torch at that time, I guess.
Well, several sons, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ziggy, I've seen him.
Ziggy, yeah, he was the oldest. He took over, and one of his daughters had a career for a while, and then Damien still does have a career. He's a producer and a musician.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
No, never been there.
Yeah.
No, I lived in Brooklyn for a while, and,
Really?
and hung out with the Jamaicans in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of got educated about their whole Rastafarian culture and what was that was about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some interesting people.
Yeah. What does that mean, basically?
Rastafarianism?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they worship Haile Selassie as their deity, as the worldly incarnation of God.
Really?
And so basically they follow Old Testament laws and teachings, and it's you know, it's an unusual religion. It's an unusual twist on the Judeo-Christian tradition.
Yeah.
But it's very, very Afrocentric.
Yeah.
You know, because they had this black deity representing black interests. In the world.
Yeah. So you've lived in the Denton area a number of years. And
Oh yeah, a long time, like almost 40 years now.
Yeah. You've seen a lot of what they used to have, the Fry Street festivals and things like that over the years.
Yeah.
What is your impression of the way the music scene has evolved the last few years?
Oh, well, it's different than it used to be, of course. But one reason I came back to Denton and stayed in Denton was because it's got such a vibrant music scene.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of that is because of the colleges and the talent that they draw, and so there's always something creative happening.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of good talent doing
Yeah.
a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
And then a lot of my friends that I grew up with here in Denton have, we're professional musicians and live here and work out of Denton, and
Yeah.
they're always doing interesting things. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just a really cool scene to be part of.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, there are a lot of different. There's always something to do. It seems like the what is it on the square? They have on Thursday night on the square.
Oh, the Twilight Tunes.
Twilight Tunes. Yeah.
Yeah, they showcase a lot of local talent with that.
Yeah. You guys have played at those.
Yeah. My band Tenacious Root has played at several of those through the years, and there's always stuff happening. Even like on Saturday mornings, they do a bluegrass jam up on the lawn of the courthouse.
Yeah.
Weather permitting. And there's a lot of open mic nights at several of the coffee houses and clubs, and a lot of ways for people to get their stuff out there and have fun.
Yeah. And there are all kinds of, for folks who love music, we're always trying to figure out what to do, how to make money and things, and there's just all kinds of options. Even working on guitars is something that can become a career, I guess. And
and that's what I've done. I began apprenticing, right about the time I formed my band. I started apprenticing with Chris Savino, who is a local guitar maker.
Really?
It was back in '95.
Yeah.
Then I apprenticed with him, worked for him for a little over 4 years, and
really?
and then opened my own guitar shop, and that's what I do.
Yeah. You do carpentry work also. You like to work with wood.
Yeah. I've been a woodworker most of my life.
Yeah. You've allowed people to be interns at your shop too, and help some other people learn those skills.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now your band Tenacious Root. When did you form that?
I started that in 1995. It started out as a duo. I was playing acoustic guitar, and I had a bass player, Peter Baer, who played with me. And then after Peter moved away from Denton, I hired my old friend David Shaw, became my bass player, and David's been working with me ever since.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I've known David many years.
And who is your percussionist?
Kevin Zahner plays drums and percussion with us now.
Yeah.
He's been with us, I think, 7 years now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here very much, and we're going to take a break and have you play some songs for us.
Right.
And you guys stay tuned and check out some songs, the singer-songwriter of Tenacious Root. Thanks.
I awoke from a long deep slumber, my thoughts stuck in a muck of oddness, and realized that while I was sleeping, everything changed. The world around me was drained of color, there was no sound, there were no people, the wind did not blow, and the trees were all charred black stumps. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 nothing was the same as I remembered, yet everything looked and felt and smelled surreal. I wondered if all of my memories were in fact a dream, or if I had awakened inside a dream. And if I slept and dreamed and awoke again, would my world change again or remain the same? Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Woy, woy, woy. Woy, woy, woy. The tears of my sorrow fall from my eyes like rain. Better go and grab a bucket. Here come the clouds again. Sadness flows like a river. The waters come as like unto a flood. When the storm finally passes, leaves me standing in the mud. I sleep deep within the dark forest surrounding me. Leaves fall from the trees and form a blanket over me. When the sun rises, I hope the light will shine on me. I pray that lonely darkness is not all that I can see. This one goes back several years. It's called The Puddle. When I drive to the grocery store, I look to park close to the door. There's a place where the water collects after the rain where no one parks. I don't mind walking in the water, I'll park right over the puddle. I don't mind walking in the water, I'll park right over the puddle. My lover is like cold water, a splash in my face when I need it. My lover can churn like the ocean, I'm just flotsam among the motion. I love to wallow in the water, I'll sleep on top of the puddle. I love to wallow in the water, I'll sleep on top of the puddle. Life's rivers flow to the seas, carrying us to our destinies. Everyone must sink or swim. Well, I remember where I have been, so I will walk on the water. I'll kettle right over the puddle. Yes, I will walk on the water. I'll pedal right over the puddle. As I wander through the wilderness, wherever I may roam, I always have a place to be. Blacktop Chapel is my home. When all the doors in town are locked and the bridges all have burned, when my troubles come to hound me, to Blacktop Chapel I will return. Birds in the brush are chirping like a bright shining heavenly choir. Cicadas buzzing up in the trees sing Alleluia. When I'm cast off alone, with prison waiting back where I've been, I always have a place to go. Blacktop Chapel will let me in. When it's solace that I seek, soothe my troubled soul. I always have a place to be. To Blacktop Chapel I will go. Birds in the brush are chirping like a bright, shining heavenly choir. Cicadas buzzing up in the trees sing Alleluia. Home is just a place where I lay my head on the sweet grass by the Blacktop Chapel is where I make my bed as I wander through the wilderness. Wherever I may roam, I always have a place to be. Blacktop Chapel is my home. This next one's called Bird of Love. My woman wrote me of her love in a letter. I gave up the things I love so's not to upset her. I've got to give all I got if I want to get her. She'll use me for a fool, and I'll let her. She'll use her womanly wiles to possess me. She'll promise her sweet lovin' to impress me. I want her to do it to me, but she won't undress me. And I know she knows how much it distress me. Well, if she asked me for a favor, I'd do it gladly. I'd do most anything for her, 'cause I love her madly. So how come this bird of love sings so sadly? If love is so good, how come I'm feeling badly? this one's called Storm A-Comin'. Man, has to take that one from the top again. Okay. Okay, this is called Storm A-Comin'. A storm came busting through my front door and blew the rug across the floor and pushed the furniture into the corners and shredded my curtains to rags. I saw it coming from miles away. I couldn't stop it from bringing trash and chaos into my home. A swirling cloud of leaves and branches, junk food wrappers, plastic shopping bags, tufts of fiberglass and broken shingles filled the comfy room where I once sat. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it from bringing trash and chaos into my home. Those wicked storms have always battered each home I've had my whole life long. So I'll just keep sweeping up the wreckage until the next storm comes along. Until the next storm comes along. Thank you.
Follow your dreams, and they say, do what you want, and money will come. Lots of people have lots of dreams.